relocating once again. Totally me. Totally me. I've been in California for a little bit now. It was never my plan or intention to stay here long term because I wanted to move again. I have been planning for the longest time and wanting to move to Hawaii. It has been like back and forth. It has driven me crazy, and it's taken a few more months than I thought it would. So as I was getting closer to graduating college, I had a few different ideas of what I wanted to do. I had 2 dreams, and this is one of my 2. So I'm excited. I like the ocean. I like the warmth. I like the sun. I don't like the cold, and it's funny because I went to school in Idaho and Utah. I have been kind of thinking about it and running it through my head for, I would say, the last 2 years. Yeah, for the last 2 years of college that I've been in. And I graduated in May, so I would say January I started looking into it. May rolled around and I heavily started looking more into it. And the end of June is when I came out here to California. Now it is towards the end of October, and this is like my 3rd plan to move to Hawaii. The first 2 plans I had, they seemed solid and set, and they fell through. So the first one, I had a place to live, transportation. I knew what island I was going to. I knew someone that lived there, and they would show me around. That just completely fell through. So I was actually planning on leaving the beginning of September. Like, it was like September 3rd. I was about to buy my plane ticket. Thankfully, I did not. The second plan I had my car scheduled to ship my baby. I love my car. So I was like, I'm going to just go and I have my car there. I'm going to ship it there so I at least have somewhere to sleep at night until I find a place to live and then like a job. Because I have not been able to find anywhere to live without actually being there, which makes sense. You want to meet people in person before you just move in with them. 100%. I think that is great. It just made the move more complicated. I also found a lot of places would not interview me for jobs. So that made that a lot harder. So pretty much I was going to move out there with just my car and figure it out. That fell through because after talking to the shipping company itself, they would not take my car for reasons that it makes sense, I guess, but like it also doesn't make sense. The reason they wouldn't ship my car is because there are sensors on it that are broken. So for example, when you turn my car on, it will beep at you and say, you need more windshield wiper fluid. But the windshield wiper fluid is full and it doesn't leak. There's no leaks in my car. But because the sensor on the dash says there's a problem, they won't ship it. So and there's a few different sensors like that are broken, but I know the parts aren't. So I even took it into like, mechanic, auto shop, whatever, to look at it and make sure that, nothing was wrong. However, the port wouldn't take my car. So I started looking at other options. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm about to live in Airbnbs and no, not Airbnbs. Gosh, what is it? Hostels. I was looking at hostels and I was like, I'm going to end up just living in a hostel. I was like, I don't want to do that. Anyways, I have a distant cousin that lives out there and I've been talking to them for a while about this move. Oh my gosh, I just spit a little bit. I've been talking to them for a while about this move because they've moved out there like a year or a couple ago. So I've been asking them like just their thoughts and opinions and their experience. And, it's been months and months and months, so like all year at least that I've been talking to them. And it finally got to a point where I was like, because I had that plan to ship my car there and they were even like, you can park it on this property, until you find a place to live, like, totally fine. So I wasn't even gonna be illegally living out of my car. Like, it was all set, but then that blew up in my face. So then it got to the point where I was like, I can't even have my car there. I was like, can I just sleep on the couch or the floor until I find a place to live? And that was my plan, again. And then suddenly they were like, you can live here until. So we got that worked out. However, I don't have a job. I have spent time, though, setting up interviews and submitting job applications and sending my resume out to people and businesses. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared. But this is a feeling that I have inside, that this is something that's right for me. Like, this is the right move for me. And I'm not going out there as a college student. I'm not going out there for work. I'm going out there because that's where I want to start the next phase of my life. That's simply where it's at. And I think that poses so many different challenges, but it's what I feel is right. It's what makes sense to me. And honestly, I'm just trusting that feeling. I have loved being home in California. Oh my gosh. I have the hiccups all of a sudden. I've met some great people here, and it is now hard for me to leave. I didn't come here thinking I was going to stay long term, and it's been 4 months. That's kind of a long time, realistically, especially at my age and my time in life. Like, just having graduated college, that's like longer than a semester of school, pretty much. 4 months. But this whole time I've just been trying to figure out and letting the wind take me wherever it goes. It's a weird time to move out there, especially in the line of work I want to do. But I'm just trusting the process.